Well, it's a little rainy out here today, but we're going to carry on just the same. Our first reading in our new unit on 8 kinds of psalm comes from a wisdom psalm or a teaching psalm, Psalm 1. It's a good place to begin in our study of Psalms because Psalm 1 serves as an introduction to the entire collection of Psalms. As a wisdom psalm, Psalm 1 teaches us. It teaches us that a blessed person is like a tree planted by rivers of water. A blessed person bears good fruit for God no matter what situation he's in. After a bit of research, we learned that the precise meaning of the Hebrew describes trees that have been transplanted by irrigation channels. It's a perfect figure of speech for a new kind of blessed person who is anchored to the Word of God rather than to the city of Jerusalem or Solomon's temple. At the time the psalm was written, the city of Jerusalem and the temple had been destroyed by the empire of Babylon. All the leaders of Jerusalem had been marched hundreds of miles away from home to Babylon in the floodplain between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. In Jeremiah 29, we can read a letter that the prophet wrote to the captives of Babylon. He encourages them, make houses, make gardens, get involved, have families, and be fruitful. He's telling them not to fight their situation. Instead, they should participate as true citizens of Babylon for the time being. Jeremiah tells them to accept being transplanted into the floodplains of Babylon, where irrigation channels were very common. Jeremiah encourages them in chapter 17, verses 7 and 8. He tells them, but blessed is the one who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him. They will be like a tree planted or transplanted by the waters that send out its roots by the stream. It does not fear when heat comes. Its leaves are always green. It has no worries in a year of drought and never fails to bear fruit. My best guess is that Jeremiah either wrote Psalm 1, echoing these words in his book to comfort the captives in Babylon, or that he had the psalm in his possession. Either way, the point is this: the Jewish nation, when their capital city and their renowned temple were destroyed and taken away from them, they had in front of them an either-or choice. Without their temple, they could spiritually crumble. They could cease to exist as the people of God. The other choice would be to turn to the Word of God as their anchor. If they chose the Word of God as their day and night meditation, they could be transplanted into Babylon and prosper there. They could bear good fruit for God anywhere, in any circumstances. And so can you. At Home Fellowship tonight, let's talk about Psalm 1 and our call to bear fruit for God no matter what situation we're in.